You ever hear the real song from this?
No, what is it?
Yes, they got that man. They threw him down the trash. It's something about like throwing somebody into a trash can.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it called, man?
I forget. We have the exclusive rights of this song.
It sounds like such a happy type of song, and then you're talking about throwing somebody in a trash can. It kind of doesn't fit, does it?
No, I think that's what it was. It's like, yeah, they got that. Like, yeah, they got that man. They beat him down. Trash can. Something like that. They put him in a trash can. Something like that. You never heard that?
No, I never did. No. I don't know if those were really the real lyrics.
No,
I don't.
Doubting me?
Yeah, for some reason I'm kind of doubting. I call bullshit.
Now, what the hell just happened? Because I was upstairs dealing with the last of the morning here before we do this show. Sorry, and I get a Slack from Laufey, our buddy Dave Lochran, who has been with us a bunch.
Right.
Says hammer the Chiefs now. So I look up and I try to get on a couple of different books. I try to get on DK. I try to get on I try to get on a couple, and they're off the board.
Oh, the Chiefs-Packers game.
Right. Did anything happen? Is there something we should know about right now that I missed?
I don't know.
Can Melvin Ingram play?
Well, I don't think Melvin Ingram.
He wouldn't affect the line, though. He wouldn't take something
You
off
can't
the
bet
board.
the game right now. It's off the board.
Wow.
I wonder why.
That means something like usually with like quarterbacks or something, right?
Yeah. Is something
big.
wrong with Aaron Rodgers? Does he
get
is he on the
COVID?
COVID list? Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's off the board.
That's
Rodgers
the first
out
thing
with
you
COVID.
think
There you
of.
go. See?
What's it? What?
Out with COVID.
He
Everybody
is.
said it. Yeah.
Oh, my God. See? Now you can't even watch that game this week.
Well, you sure as hell could have bet it.
Wow.
Wait a second. Do I have any? I have 2 tickets ahead of time. Fuck. I have 2 tickets ahead of time earlier with the Packers. God damn it.
Wow.
Because they were even money. They opened up at even money on the road.
So Love is going to be the starter.
Son of a bitch. This just ruined my week.
Yeah, me too. I see Kansas City -1 here.
Where? Parks?
I'm looking.
Try to bet it.
Yeah, let's see.
Because it was on Fox, and then I tried to bet it, and it said it was suspended. There's no way. It was 1. It was 1. -1.
Wow.
I have 2 tickets. Not only did I take the Packers even money, but I beefed it up -3 at +130. What an asshole I am.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's big news.
I
That
deserve to get
stinks.
thrown into trash can.
That was the game of the week. Was the game of the week.
I tell you, man.
Yeah, it's off the board at Parks too. Sure
Wow.
enough.
Now, and Jordan Love do the impossible. Is anybody coming back? Is Devontae Adams coming back at least?
Yeah, all those guys are back.
I think he's
both are
back. Yeah.
You may still have a shot. You may still have a shot.
They could still beat that team.
Yeah, Ingram can't play.
I mean, with the way Mahomes is
out.
turning the ball over and their defense is, I mean, I wouldn't lose total hope.
Right. No. My tickets are already locked in response to the chat. I have them at +100. And then again, because of my hubris, I have them at -3.
Okay. Well, plus the fact that now, they just installed the game plan today anyway. So they've really got the whole week to get him ready.
Right. Exactly.
It's not like this comes down on a Friday night after they've done all the stuff with Aaron Rodgers and all of a sudden he appears on a COVID list and you got to shove Jordan Love into the game on a Saturday morning or something.
I mean, he was a first-round draft pick also. It's not like he's like he's just just a guy.
Yeah, it's off the board at DraftKings.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So this is anybody up here who is paying attention and has a book open while they're watching our show. Let us know. Let us know when it's back. All right.
Well, how'd you do in your Maction last night? A couple of high-scoring games.
I got my ass handed. Well, Toledo. I was off on Toledo. So that told me.
They gave up 2 points, didn't they, to Eastern Michigan?
It was ridiculous. So
wow.
I was off on Toledo. And then I live bet this Ohio game. Do you see this? They were letting guys score like a Madden game. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
They let the kid from, was it Miami of Ohio? They let the kid from Miami of Ohio score from like 60 yards out just to get the ball back. I'm surprised Barrett didn't see that.
No, I didn't see it, man. I actually didn't.
I'm taking the over on Northern Illinois tonight, and I'm not touching any of this Maction. I got roasted.
Wow. Oh man, Eastern Michigan, they beat Toledo. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they flat out beat them. And go
ahead.
You guys have to see this. I don't know if anybody watched this. If you were watching the Toledo game, Toledo right before the half gets a huge play and is looking to take one more shot down to the end zone. And the referee, the sideline judge, right, the referee who has to bring the ball out and put it down on the ground is like 300 pounds, but not like, Barrett mass, like could move, shuffle his feet 300. I mean, like a blob. And he's lazily moving to get to the center of the field to drop the ball so Toledo can take one more shot. And because of that, they didn't get allegedly they didn't get the snap off, even though the snap did go off and it was a touchdown to go into the half. That put Toledo up. But as soon as that happened, they took the score off the board, and that was it for Toledo. The life was it. Like the life was over. They got that.
Wow.
Was this fat ass could not get from point A to point B in less than 6 seconds. He took 5 to 6 seconds off the clock. I'm surprised this wasn't on Twitter last night.
Wow. I wasn't on Twitter last night. I was watching the baseball game and some other things, but the stream is all over it. And that's the other news that came out. Jalen Smith, most recently with the Packers for a couple of games, has been released.
Yeah, from the Packers. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about Henry Ruggs.
No, that too. But
he only had like 40 snaps in 2 games, and did not even dress for the last game.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, what's happened to that guy, Barrett?
Well, I mean, I guess his knee. They knew. I mean, Dallas, they let him go, so I knew something was wrong with him. So that's why I wasn't surprised the Eagles didn't bring him in.
Yeah,
because evidently he's just lost it. He's lost it.
Crazy. And then, of course, you had the Henry Ruggs situation, which I know Barrett was talking about on Birds 365 today.
Yeah, this morning, 8:30.
Yeah. Why? They brought you on there? They poked you out?
Yeah. He was on for the whole first hour, I think.
Really?
No, just for from 8 to 8:30. I mean, 8:30 to 9 o'clock. 8:30 to 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
When's the last time
he had to host
has come on and reciprocated any of this shit that you do for him, huh?
Well, Krause was hosting.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, Jody was out, I guess.
Jody was out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. If there was a body I thought it was John and John. Again, I didn't even see the Rodgers shit. So, you got to let me know when this thing's back up. Although, what do you think it's going to be now? 6?
Easy.
You think
5.5? 5.5?
Easy 6. Easy 6. Because, I mean, Love, nobody knows about Love.
He hasn't played.
Right. Nobody knows about him.
Ruggs was released.
Yes, he was. And he's done.
Bro, he killed somebody, and then I think he left the scene. That's
no. He stayed. Not that it's going to truly matter.
He stayed at the scene. I thought.
He stayed. Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was cooperating and hanging out and at the scene. But man, what a horrible situation and a stupid decision.
Yeah,
obviously.
And look,
driving.
His career's over.
Absolutely over. And look, this is not a situation that. People always go back to this Dante Stallworth scenario.
Yeah.
That was such a unique situation of circumstances that for some reason in his favor, from whatever factors worked in his favor. But Stallworth was drunk. Stallworth was impaired. Stallworth was driving down a road. But the individual who unfortunately lost his life because Stallworth hit him was technically illegally crossing a highway.
Right. Exactly.
And there was a lot of gray area to that in which Stallworth was able to work a payout. And for whatever reason, the DA sat and allowed Stallworth or allowed the family, to oversee every single part and aspect of the payout and everything there, which I don't think is normal as well. There were a lot of like legit unique set of circumstances. This was not that.
It was like Leonard Little from the Rams.
From the Rams years ago, yeah.
More so that.
Right.
He hit somebody, killed somebody. and was just like,
now do
he
you
barely
think
got back.
do you think
Timothy
the
Moore,
Raiders?
thank you.
Do you think the Raiders bring in Deshaun Jackson, who was released after the Rams couldn't trade him by the deadline yesterday?
They
Same
might.
player.
Yeah.
They
Same
might.
player.
I mean, Ruggs wasn't really being like Ruggs wasn't a dominant force in that offense.
He was just starting to really find himself, I think, over the
Right.
last couple of games.
Right.
But no, I mean, his career didn't sort of start on fire like some thought he would, but he was starting to play better.
So the stream is saying, both recently, I thought that was Al Wilson. Al Wilson did that? Someone from the Broncos? I didn't know he did that. I didn't know he had, but people are acting like, okay, because the athlete does it, no. Athlete, regular guy, it doesn't matter.
It happens,
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Unfortunately, all too much. And
Right.
look, there are plenty of people who we see this with executives. Like, you don't even need to go outside of sports. We see this with executives, General Matt. Remember the guy in the Broncos, right, front office, who had multiple hits like this?
Well, the New York Mets most recently, their GM, he just got fired. It happened a couple months ago. Driving home from the owner's house in Connecticut, fell asleep at a traffic light.
Belligerent, right?
Wasted.
Belligerent. And look, as somebody who's lived in Connecticut, there are plenty of these back roads where you're cooked. Like you have to take a hard turn and you think, I've seen a 30-mile-per-hour turn all my life.
Yeah.
If you don't go 30 or less than that, like that's it. And I'm surprised. I'm sorry.
Look at Worley. Remember the DB that was here, the Eagles cut? He was actually
Todd Worley?
What was his name? Worley.
No, Todd Worley was a pitcher, right?
No, this is a
Not
DB that
Todd
played
Gurley.
for him. This is like 2 years ago, and he fell asleep. He was drunk. He was gone, and he was trying to get to the facility so he could park inside the facility and go to sleep and sleep.
Oh yeah, what was his name?
Woodley.
I do
Worley,
remember
like
that. I do
Not
remember
Tyrone
that.
Woodley.
Yeah.
They got him from I think the Panthers.
Yeah. You're right. Woodley from the Panthers.
Yeah.
Ked Woodley?
I forget his name, man. But he fell asleep right there. he's like right there in the street, right by the stadium. He just couldn't make it all the way. He fell asleep, and the police got him right there.
Wow.
He was asleep.
I Googled Woodley Panthers, and Ked Adams Woodley, meet the man behind the greatest Panthers rap ever, pops up. Oh, man.
That would be you, man.
Oh, my God. I'm just trying to figure out who the hell it was.
Wow.
Yeah, ESPN's website here is noting that NFL Network first reported Rodgers' positive test, and they're saying that he will not play against the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday, a source said. So it's not one of these situations, apparently, where he could get two negative tests at the end of the week and play. Apparently, he's out.
Yeah, meaning he most likely has it.
Yeah.
Not like has come into contact with it. So
not contact tracing, but he has it.
It's on the board now at 8, 7.5.
Wow.
Wow, we thought 6.
Grab the Packers.
Wow.
You kind of like the Chiefs don't cover at home.
No.
But this is such a these are extenuating circumstances.
They don't cover against crap teams.
True, they didn't cover against the Giants.
I mean, really, all Love has to do is not turn the ball over, and they'll probably be all right.
I mean, they'll run the ball.
Yeah,
successful. They'll run the ball on the Chiefs. Their DBs are okay. I mean, I believe they can make something happen against. They got the game plan. The Giants gave them the game plan on how to stop the big play.
Right.
And I think they're better than the Giants. As far as their defense.
They're the number 1 team in the power rankings right now, for what that's worth. That's 7-1. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Now that's of course a lot dependent on Rodgers. I get that, but still, they got a pretty good roster.
I mean, defensively, you got to be up there to get that type of ranking anyway. So I think, I think it's gonna be a game. What time's that game come on?
It's 4:25.
I mean, what
it's
are you
up against the Eagles game?
Yeah,
the Eagles are at 4:05.
That's BS, man.
It is BS.
That's BS, man. Because that means I have to watch it now. I have to watch my game.
I don't.
I don't either.
I don't.
And I'm doing the early. I'm doing the early slot on Sunday, 1 to 4.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do nothing.
Right. I'm doing 2 to 4.
Watch the Packers and Chiefs game on the big TV and the Eagles on my phone.
Yeah, you know what else sucks? I got to get to work. I have to get to work early just so I can watch some football, because if I leave and try to get there with their traffic, and I just get there on time, I'll miss all the 1 o'clock games.
Right.
So I got to get there early. So I have to be there early, right around about 12 o'clock, 12:30, just so I can get through the traffic and everything with being a home game.
Right.
So I can watch all the 1 o'clock games.
I'm 2 to 4:05 this week. And next week they play Denver on the road. That's a 4:25 game. So I'll be doing 2 to 4:25. Eytan, what about you?
What day is this?
The next game against Denver.
No, I'm every Sunday I'm 4 to 7 locked in on Sports Map. I just somebody needed to switch.
Oh.
Jeff Biggs.
Well, the 20th, I'm doing the Delaware Villanova game.
Oh yeah?
What day is that?
Yeah.
It's Saturday.
Is Delaware any good this year?
Jeez.
I got to do my research, man. I just got the game yesterday. Just got it yesterday.
Where is it?
I don't even know that.
You don't even know where the game's at?
No, I'm actually doing it for I'm not doing it for Espen. I'm doing it for somebody, the local team itself. So we'll see.
Oh, okay.
The local network.
Who's that? Like the Delaware Valley Sports Network?
Something like that, man. Something like that.
It'll probably be on one of the Comcast Sportsnet stations.
I think so. Yeah.
Probably will be.
Yeah.
Well, look, this whole thing is a disaster. Now the Eagles, 2-point home dogs, by the way. Niners, how are the Cardinals only a 1-point road favorite in San Francisco?
Yeah.
I don't care if DeAndre Hopkins sits on his hands for 60 minutes and doesn't even come out on the field. How is that possible? Appreciate the thumbs up there. Look at that. Where did that come from? Right? Doesn't that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Know, man.
Villanova's at Delaware, November 20th.
At Delaware?
That's what it says here.
Yeah, he just told us that's the game he's doing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
he didn't know where it was.
I just got a text from the guy that I'm doing it for, and yeah, it does say. Yep, it does. I'm doing it on the SNY network.
Okay.
Sports New York.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get a look at not Al. What's his name? Yes, Marv Albert.
Marv Albert.
Who's still doing SNY? Who else is doing SNY?
I don't know.
Kenny Albert. The whole Albert clan is involved.
Wow.
They've got that voice, man. That voice.
I don't understand.
My play-by-play guy is Andrew Bogosh. I think it's Bogusch.
Not Oshkosh Bogosh.
Bogusch.
Wait a second. Your play-by-play guy is Andrew Bogusch?
Yes.
All right, we're definitely getting him on. Yeah, I know Andrew well. Like,
I've heard of him.
Oh no, I used to work with him at Sirius. First off, he's a fantastic human being. Like he's a great. Oh yeah, like he's a great dude. Second, we could get him on not only because he's working with you, but he'll take any and every opportunity to tear into me and tell you all these stories about how I was a pain in the freaking ass.
We gotta get him on.
Serious. Hold on, I gotta text him.
We gotta get him on right now.
Yeah, get him on, man.
Oh yes,
I'm texting him right now.
Good. Yeah, that name sounded familiar to me.
Well, he's the anchor / co-host, like the Damon Amendola show on.
Oh yeah, the DA show.
So he does updates for the DA show, but I used to work with him at Sirius. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
Good.
What day is that?
The 20th.
Saturday, the 20th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? UVA or
now I'm looking forward. Nova.
He must have changed it. I got to text it on the phone.
Villanova at Delaware.
Yeah.
I've done a game at Delaware.
Is it nice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. It's about a 25,000 seat stadium.
Okay.
20,000.
Now I got to do my research still, but I still got to research this MAC game. I don't know what game I'm getting until tomorrow.
I did a Lehigh Delaware game there.
For what? Did you do play-by-play or were you on
I was the field analyst.
Wow.
I can see you on the sideline. Hey, get over it, kid.
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
Seriously. Was there a lot of action on the sidelines, or were you just looking at the other action in the stands?
A lot of action, man.
Yeah?
Tons of action.
How long ago was this?
This was back in 04, 05.
Okay.
Yeah. I did 2 years of Lehigh football.
Okay.
Before I came to 9:50 a.m. which became the Fanatic.
This is a
Fanatic,
long time ago.
Yes.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what else do we have outside?
Well, we got the college football playoff rankings came out
right.
last night.
And everybody's upset.
Cincinnati got screwed.
Well,
they should be number 3.
This is all contrived. All this stuff is, and people need to calm down. They need stuff for Stephen A. and everybody to scream about for the next couple of days until, the weekend comes. So this gives them something to scream about. And then next week, one of the teams will lose and get bopped out, and then they'll move one back in, and then they'll bitch because it wasn't the right team. And all this stuff will shake itself out by the end of the season.
You're definitely getting Georgia and Alabama in there. They're not going to lose.
Well, Alabama could lose again. That's what Cincinnati needs. Cincinnati needs Alabama to lose to Georgia in the SEC championship game because a 2-loss Bama team is out. But if Bama wins that game, Bama and Georgia are both in.
Yep.
And that'll probably screw Cincinnati.
Yep.
Well,
because you'll have a Big Ten champion, and if Oklahoma goes undefeated, they'll
should have been there anyway. No, Oklahoma should have been above Cincinnati. Oklahoma hasn't lost a game, and they play a better schedule than Cincinnati. Cincinnati played Notre Dame at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I know.
I'll give them that. Eric Wilson was waived. Let's stop the show.
Wow. Eric Wilson, he was deactivated last Sunday, so now he's been waived.
Barrett, are you okay, Barrett? I just want to make sure that you're okay.
I'm happy.
Emotionally, are you okay right now?
I was happy, bro.
That was one of Howie's big off-season acquisitions.
Right. Remember he fooled us all?
Along with Kerrigan.
He fooled us. You know what I'm saying? He got us.
I've seen more from Nancy Kerrigan this year than Ryan Kerrigan.
Right.
Eric Wilson, man, he got me, bro. He fooled me. He was talking about all this stuff in the beginning of the year, when they were interviewing him and said, I went on this diet. I'm a vegetarian now. I'm doing yoga. I'm doing taekwondo to be more explosive, and he wasn't worth a donut's hole, man.
I'd rather have Brian Wilson.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And he's in his 70s.
He's all cussed up, Brian Wilson, too, right?
Right.
Yeah, I love that. Well, no, Brian Wilson. I thought you meant the pitcher, Brian Wilson.
No, I'm talking about the Beach Boys.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you.
But did you see how they tried to swing it, though? Did you see how they tried to swing it with Eric? Yeah.
We wish him the best moving forward.
No, they tried to swing it like they had asked the head coach. Well, what happened with Eric Wilson? He was a healthy scratch. What was going on? He said, it's a numbers thing. Looking at Wilson, he didn't really play special teams. We needed some special team players to play.
Special teams crap.
Right.
I'm telling you, you'd think all 46 play special teams. Everybody but the backup quarterback is a special teams player.
Right.
It's a joke.
Yep.
Yeah.
But see, that's how I survived in the NFL so long. Special teams, man.
Yeah. What, lining up for like extra points?
Blocking a kick,
PAT, field goal.
Yeah.
You know what? In all actuality,
somebody else wants to do that shit, right, Barrett? Tell them.
Bro, I was exactly my first 2 years. I was on kickoff return, and then I started both years.
Were you on the wedge?
Yeah, I was in the wedge, and they finally took me off the wedge. You know what I'm saying? Halfway through my second year. So now I'm just playing strictly offense and PAT and all that. So long story long, it became my last year there. I was starting right tackle, and Harbaugh comes to me, "Hey, bro, I need you." I said, "What's up, man?" "I need you to be on the wedge for me this game. This is I'm a starter. I've been starting 4 years now. So I need you to be on the wedge, man. Come on, man. Could you be on the wedge? This is the first game." I ended up playing on the wedge the entire season of my last year. Well, long story long, talking about playing it forward, I called Harbaugh. I said, "Harbaugh, man, when I retired, I want to see if I want to coach, man. And I don't know if I want to coach. Say no more, Brooksy. Say no more. Can you be here tomorrow?" And he brought me in.
Nice.
Wow. And I coached for the whole mini camp. Not mini camp, but 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I coached that entire off season. And I realized that I don't want to coach too much time with it. But I didn't even finish the sentence, and he brought me down there just because I played special teams for him that year, and I was a starter. And I could have said no, and he'd been fine with it. But I said yeah, and he let me.
Now you got paid for that though, right? That wasn't like how they have these coaching.
It might have been an internship,
right?
Yeah, I got paid too. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Just making sure.
Yeah, good because I could have stayed.
You're doing these damn commercials for no pay. We don't know what lengths you'll go.
That's true.
That is the worst, isn't it, man?
It's
the worst.
It's terrible.
And you guys never let me live that down, man.
Well,
I get mad every time I look at my.
Every time you start to forget about it, we remind you.
Right back.
I got to do an appearance tonight, man.
Do you?
Appearance tonight with the Eagles. Yeah, for the Eagles. It's a military. It's a military get together. They're gonna watch movies, so I'm going down there. And this is a freebie.
Where's this at?
At the stadium.
Oh, okay.
They're watching movies at the stadium, and it's gonna be for the military. And the gal that that does a lot of the alumni stuff for the Eagles, she said, "Hey, man," she said, "Hey, I need you. It's a freebie, man. But could you come work?" I'm like, no question, I got you.
Yeah,
of course I got you.
What movie are they watching?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be around the military, man.
He doesn't ask any questions, Eytan.
Never,
I'd be asking questions.
I just say yes and no.
That's it, right?
For the most part, yes. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's a win-win for me. Even though I don't get paid for it, but be around the military, be around the Eagles.
Oh yeah.
Facility. I'm good with that, bro. I'm good. Love it.
No, that's great, man. Look, I think it's anything you're also getting paid for.
Oh, well, it would have been good to get paid for, but I didn't care about getting paid for that, man.
No, that's fine. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Anything in regards to that you're getting paid for to make up for that.
Right. So, what I mean? And plus, they throw me plenty of them all the time, man. Hey, Barrett, could you do this for me? Yeah, I'll do it for you. So they're really making things better for alumni.
Good
in the Eagles organization. They really, because it was a time it was pretty bad, man. It was real bad. They used to dog us out, man. Of course, Seth. They don't want Seth around.
Right.
Seth just blasts them and doesn't care.
That's the thing. Like, there's no hey, we're giving you these appearances. We're helping you out here. Can you just be a little nicer to us on the post-game show next to Barrett and Ray? Just a little bit.
No. It's not a snowball's chance in hell.
No. Good. Yeah. I appreciate that, Seth.
He's the player Harry.
Right, exactly right. Yeah. Now, Wick on the stream is looking for the Stateside Vodka Girls phone number.
Oh,
I don't know. Come on, aren't we a little bit above that? I know we're the low.
I have no
crowd, but aren't we really above? Yeah. Speaking of which, we got a break anyway. It's 11:28. Where were you on that? All right, so we're back in 3. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It's the middle.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass, free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
As a hard-working American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, "We got this." In Philadelphia, we celebrated the miracle with pride only 5 years ago. And then the following morning, IBEW Local 98 members went back to work, building this city, rescuing our communities from decay, and inspiring the young men and women of the region to take pride in who we are. Like the Cats, Local 98 members believe in hope. John Doherty, business manager of Local 98, says it this way: the best way not to forget where you come from is to never leave.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
See the Sixers line tonight. Sixers against the Bulls. Good game.
What's that?
Sixers Bulls tonight at the Wells Fargo Center. Sixers are a 2-point favorite.
Wow.
No
Bulls
Tobias
out to a
Harris.
good start. They were, what are they, 6-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing really well.
Yeah.
Very well.
They don't. I guess Embiid's playing tonight, right?
I don't
Yes,
know. That was my
didn't
next
say,
question.
Yeah, they didn't say it was a load
Out.
management.
Well, it was load management last time.
Yeah, last week it was.
Well, no, this on Monday it was. Everybody was out against Portland.
Right.
Yeah, and they still won.
And Portland is a disaster right now. And Damian Lillard is killing his team because he's taking 50 shots a game and hitting like 8. But tonight, I don't think Tobias Harris is back,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
right?
But
No.
I think Yang is stepping up, man.
Who?
Niang.
Yeah.
Niang.
It's you just be careful, buy it into these guys. Like,
No, exactly. Way
Yeah,
to pull
you
me
know.
back in.
Yeah.
Way to pull me back in.
I'm
I
just
hear you.
like you
I hear
did
you
this
on
with Shake, and I'm here for you, brother. I just want you to know.
I
that-
love Shake, man.
I know you do. Nothing
I
wrong with
still love
loving
him.
Shake. But he buy it. Like, just all I'm saying is don't. I'm not saying don't or do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying be careful buying into these part timers. All right.
I'm looking at
show-
something here on CBSSports.com that says Embiid had his MRI and it came back clean, and he's expected to play Wednesday.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Go ahead.
when you're dealing with meniscus tears, and I played with that a lot during my career when I was playing, and it's a pain tolerance type of deal. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily structural integrity of the knee. It's just the pain, and can you suffer through the pain?
mm-hmm.
That's what it is for the most part. It doesn't really handle anything structurally. I mean, it's just like a film that or like a gummy substance that to keep your knee caps from rubbing together.
Right. It's
Once you rip that, you know what I'm saying?
It's like
I mean, it
cartilage
hurts.
then, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is-
yeah.
It is cartilage, right?
It hurts like hell. It hurts like hell, but you can actually play through it. If you can tolerate the pain, you can play through it. I played through it many a days. You don't want to, but it's tolerable. It's
Yeah, but
definitely tolerable.
The problem is that we're going to be talking about this thing all year,
That's
know.
going to happen. It's
Right.
not just all year. Once you do that,
unless
gonna
you
be
get the surgery.
the surgery, it just clear it up. They just clean the part out that's
Clean it
red.
out, right? Now they
Right.
could technically try and repair it, but they don't really need to. To your point, right? They can just
Right.
clean it out. But
Right.
but even still, like I don't know if it's a matter of lessening pain so much as it's a matter of reducing the chance that it gets worse
Right.
if you
Right.
get the surgery, right?
Well, it's not going to get better because once it's tore, it's tore.
Correct.
So,
But he's
it's-
going to be dealing with this through the playoffs, is he not?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Man,
You-
DeRozan and Levine are both averaging 25 a game.
DeRozan has fit in wonderfully there, and
Yes, he has.
has really taken it. And here's the thing: he's taken so much pressure off of Levine. And remember, they've got Ball, right? Like they've got a pretty good,
Ball, yeah, they got
they've got a
Lonzo.
pretty good backcourt. Those three guys. This is where again you need somebody like Simmons. Just saying.
It's a run and gun team. So Rosen, he fits perfect in it because he can get on a break. He can take it down himself. you know, and Levine, you know, he's a sharpshooter. So, you know, that's a perfect combination together.
Vucevic, 15
Right.
and 10, 15 and 11.
He's playing well.
Yeah.
I think he missed. Oh, no, maybe he didn't. You know, look, the problem with this team, though, is that they're really tough. Like, to Barrett's point, they run, but they don't score either. Like, they don't score a ton of points, right? Like, they're not at, like, Charlotte or, you know, to that level. So they're winning these games by only scoring, like, 109, 110 a game, right?
Right.
Sixers, on the other hand, have been scoring points, even in losses.
Wow, they scored 128 against the Celtics the other night. Chicago.
Yeah, look,
did.
I mean, look, it's going to be up and down. I'm imagining they average around 109, something like that, right?
The other games are like 104, 107, couple in the 90s, and then another 128 against New Orleans.
Right, and that's the thing is, New Orleans is not a great team, but they run. And Boston, was that an overtime game?
No.
Okay.
Apparently not.
Looking at this here tonight, I don't think anybody is hurt right now.
This is going to be a back-to-backer. They're at Chicago tonight, and then Saturday they get the Bulls at home.
So look at this. They score 109.7 points a game, and DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine account for 40% of that.
Right.
50 points of 110 and
40-some percent is two guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that said, I mean, you know a pathway to beating them. Just take one of these guys out of the game. As difficult as that may be. Now, the problem, of course, is that DeRozan's shooting 50% from the floor. Now, he's slashing. Right. That's the thing.
Layups.
He's getting to the rack. That's the thing. He's getting to the rack. So not having Tobias Harris tonight, this would be, I'll tell you that, this would be the game in which you want to see the stat stuffing from Embiid. This is the game where you want to see, because, look, he should be able to, although Vooch has given him a little bit of a fight in the past, this is the game where you want to see Embiid put up, you know, that 38, 13, 4, 5. Like, he should be, especially with Tobias Harris out and guys like Cork and Seth out on the wing. Embiid should have 5, 6 assists easy tonight.
I don't think Danny Green's going to play either. Not that really matters. Who? Danny Green.
Did you even know he was?
Said who?
Yeah.
Come on.
Who? that was unrehearsed. I mean, it was just like bam. But you know, this should be a game that he dominates, and Embiid's the type that he should fill it up right now, because he hadn't done it this year for real. Right. They hadn't had a big Embiid type of game. So I mean, I'm looking to see that happen. He had plenty of rest. He rested the last 4 days actually. He had 4 days of rest, so he's good.
You would think, right? But it goes back to what you're saying about the knee and about dealing with that pain, and the fact that he's still going through it, Barrett, where I don't know. I have no idea what to make of it. Like, we've seen him this year physically wince out there on the floor.
Yep.
It's concerning, because so long as this Simmons stuff lingers, you're still down somebody. You're down a slot. And now Tobias Harris is out. Here's the thing, though. The team, like, just look at this alone. Embiid, Curry, Maxey. You got some more Shake. You got some more Cork coming. You mentioned George Niang, right? Niang. Andre Drummond has become amazing as far as in this backup role of both defending and rebounding.
And as far as, you know, keeping the team hype.
Yeah, and then you have
Matisse
Thybulle, who's played consistently well, really well over the last couple of games on defense. That team should be able to hang with most basketball teams.
Right. I think so.
You've got the only problem I see, sorry, Harry, the only problem I see is that you have too many guys that only do one thing. Like Seth and Cork are only really good in one area. Drummond really good in like one area. Thybulle still not there yet. Right. Where you want to count on him offensively. So that's why I say they should be able to hang with most teams. I don't know if they should beat, but they should be able to. Look, they're at home too.
No. They're at home Saturday.
Saturday, right?
Yeah, tonight it's in Chicago. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh,
tonight,
this
tonight
isn't
it is
Philadelphia.
home.
Yeah,
Tonight
yeah.
it is
Home,
home. Yeah. I'm
All right,
sorry.
what am I
My
talking-
bad.
Because they're short favorites at home.
Yeah. How many for Shake tonight, Barrett?
I'm saying Shake probably scores around
17 and a
18.
half. I was
18.
thinking 17 and a half. So you go over.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
We need to go
going
to the
over.
player prop. Let's see. If
Yeah,
we
let's go to the player prop desk.
Let's go to the props. Let's
That's
go
what
to
you-
our player
Go
prop.
to our player
correspondent.
prop correspondent.
You go,
Harry.
and this is the perfect game for Shake. Shake's got that old man's game. You know, like it looks like he's barely moving fast. You know, but he's
Yeah.
making it happen. You know what I
You-
mean?
You calling him a modern day Andre Miller?
Yeah,
Is that where you're going?
exactly.
These guys aren't even up.
No.
Is Joel Embiid a game time decision? That would be the only thing that would make me think why these guys are not even up. You can get the first field goal. Who gives a crap about that?
Yeah.
There are no other Sixers up here for player props.
That's
Everybody's
all
off the board.
Really?
Yep.
You think Simmons makes it a appearance
No.
inside the building? Not in the game, not dressed or anything.
Not the game.
No,
The game.
But I'm talking in the building. Does he make an appearance in the building today?
I would hope not.
No, the latest with Ben Simmons is that he's refusing help from the Philadelphia 76ers regarding concerns around his mental health. Have you not seen this?
Yeah, that was yesterday. I saw that.
Right. Well, that's the latest with Simmons,
Mm-hmm.
is that he's not accepting help from the team. Now, there are two things for me that I saw from this. First is that this doesn't mean he's not going through anything, and he doesn't have to accept help from the team. There is something in the CBA that says you can't be fined if you're going through something like this. But at the same time, like anything that you would have to file in order to be absolved from, so many people are, and I'm not diminishing this by any means because I have people in my family who work in this specifically. You can go to a doctor, you can go to a psychologist, you can have a conversation, get a note and show it and say, I'm getting help. You don't have to show the details of conversations, anything like that. But you also, like, think about it. People out there who are watching this show, you may not feel comfortable going to an employee or employer mandated, right? Maybe that person's maybe that person's going to talk to the employer, whatever it is. You may not like your job. So you don't want to go to an employer mandate. You want to go find your own doc. You want to go talk to somebody else. That's fine. So I don't want to just immediately say, oh, Simmons isn't going through anything. Come on, this is all bullshit. But at the same time, in this league, I'm sure he's going to have to, at some point, rather soon, rather quickly, prove that he is getting help for his mental health issue.
Right. You know, show me something. You know what I mean? That he's
Just a
that he's
piece of
getting
paper,
help.
Barrett, an RX paper that
We're
says
talking about guys that got
here's a
millions of
prescription
dollars.
for
Man.
Prozac.
They can get it from anybody, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's that's what it is. It's like I read this as Simmons is like, okay, yeah, maybe I'm going to get help, but I'm not getting help from you.
But see,
Like I'm trying to get away from you.
Well, yeah, I mean, his agency should have a doctor on file.
Absolutely.
Basically,
Right.
that just, hands that stuff out.
But how stupid is this though? He's killing his worth. He's killing his marketability.
Right.
I mean, he's a disaster right now. I mean, why is he doing it? I mean, at least show up, be involved. You ain't got to play. Just show that you want to play the game of basketball. Because all these GMs are looking like, hell, this kid doesn't even want to play basketball. Why would we take a chance of bringing him in? Why would we do it? He doesn't want to play anymore.
Yeah, but I guess if he's around, then he's going to be the topic of discussion. Like all the
That's
other
good for
players
him.
will still have to answer for him.
Yeah, and that's good for him.
Yeah, but it's not good for the team.
No,
I don't care about him.
Well, he
Right.
doesn't care about the team.
I
so-
hate him.
right.
Okay,
I don't know.
I hate everything.
I do. I hate everything about him.
All I'm saying is this:
Oh, wow.
if he's around, if he's participating as far as being around,
Mm.
then they could probably trade him a lot faster than him being this guy that's lurking in the shadows, wanting somebody to trade for him, but not giving him anything
Right.
to trade, worth trading. I
Notice
mean,
how
he's giving him no bait at all.
Notice how we haven't seen any Ben Simmons in a gym videos lately.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Wouldn't that be funny if they put out one of them shooting a three over some 5'9" guy?
We would lose it out here, wouldn't we? We would.
That'd
Oh, man,
be
we would lose
great.
it.
some
We
like
would lose it.
exactly some add-on at Clutch Sports.
Yeah.
Who's there with the broom,
Right.
The broom drill,
Right.
and there's Simmons just banging threes over some dude with the broom.
Oh, that's too funny.
I think you're right. I think you're onto something.
Oh man.
I definitely think you're onto something. Got confirmation. Bogusch is in, by the way. We just have to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get him on. When is this game? We should get him on sooner
The
than
20th.
The 20th.
Oh, that's like 2 weeks from now.
I know, it's an eternity.
All right. Well, we'll get him on. That's fine. He's good to go. Now, go ahead.
Did you watch any of the baseball last night?
Did not. No.
Jorge Soler, MVP.
I did see though. Well, yes, I lie. I did have the game on outside of the. Once the Braves were up early, I turned it on because I knew it was inevitable. But I had the college was on the main one. But I did see a lot of people ripping, and rightfully so, the Phillies because of their cowardice at the trade deadline versus the Braves, who brought in not only the eventual NLCS MVP, but eventual World Series MVP, as Harry mentioned, Soler.
Well, here's the thing that people don't realize, or maybe they don't want to realize, is the Atlanta Braves are a real organization with a real farm system that can go and make trades at the deadline because they've got prospects that other teams want.
Okay.
The Phillies don't. Because
Correct.
the Phillies organization is a pile of you-know-what. It really is.
Why don't you say it?
A pile of shit.
There you go. Say it,
My
Harry.
mom doesn't like to hear me say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Say it, Harry.
When's the last product they've had come out the farm system that's was along the lines of the caliber that they had back in 08, 09? You know what I mean? Well, probably 06, 07, when they were pumping out guys that could play. They haven't had anything like that in years.
Mm.
You know, years.
Right. I mean, Nola was a draft pick.
Right. He's went downhill.
I know. He started out pretty well, but he's leveled off significantly. Yeah.
So,
who else?
I haven't seen it.
Scott Kingery is you don't even know where he is anymore.
Right.
They ruined him.
You don't know where he wants to play,
Right.
where they're going to put him at. He doesn't know either.
The Bohm kid regressed. I don't know that we're ever going to see anything out of him either.
Nope.
That's why they got to go out and make free agent signings because they don't grow anybody.
Right.
But that's the thing. Like what we have Bryce Harper, right? And JT Realmuto was brought back. But then it's kind of like, all right, that's it.
Yep.
Right.
You can be, and the Braves showed, like, you can be aggressive without dropping $50 million. But you know what? It's a cap-less league anyway. Spend some money.
Right.
But they know that here's the problem. They don't want to look like, because the Eagles and the Flyers, Sixers have already been through this and the process and all, but now even with Embiid healthy, it's a little bit trickier because of the injury status and no Simmons. So put them aside for a second. But the Flyers and the Eagles know that they could take a big risk and it blow up in their face and people will still be there. Yes. People will still show up. People will still buy merchandise. People will still park. People will still do all that shit. You know what happens if the Phillies have a bunch of high-priced guys that fall flat on their face? Nobody goes.
Right.
And they know that.
Yeah.
And that's what's driving them to not make these or take these risks.
Well, they have that core group of like that 10,000 to 15,000 fan base that, buys tickets every year. But that's it.
You're right.
But that's diminishing. That's not even like what the Flyers are. Harry.
Right. No, I agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, look at the guys that the Braves brought in on the trade deadline. All of them are balling for them. All of them have become, players, and they're playing well in the playoffs. They just make better decisions than our front office here. Way better decisions.
Yeah, I would agree to that. I don't even know if you would equate, like if what the Braves are making would be defined as decisions, then I don't even know what the Phillies would be defined as doing. I mean, it's like they hid under their desk during the trade deadline when the Braves were out there making phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, just like in the stream, Ash, when they went and got Realmuto, their best pitching prospect, let him go. So I mean, that's the problem with what's going on. What is wrong with the talent evaluation around here lately?
Lately, this has been that way for a while with the Phillies.
Yeah, they've been depleted for a long time.
Well, like I said, since like 05, 06.
Yeah, and those guys were all drafted in, 99, 2000, 2001, and that was all they weighed.
Well, see, there lies the problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Remember Mickey Moniak?
Yeah, where's he?
First pick.
Nope. What happened to him?
Big bat. We thought he was going to be the second coming.
Yeah.
We just knew he was
Mickey Mantle.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We didn't get Mickey Mantle. We got Mickey Moniak.
We got Moniak.
You know how this stuff happens? I'll tell you why this stuff happens. Because all these media outlets, unless there's somebody who specifically follows the team, and like print to a lesser extent is not going to go through this, right? But or even like NBC Sports, I'll give you guys credit as well. With Salisbury, like you have somebody specifically dedicated to the team. But just working in where I and Harry and you were as well in the radio world, what happens is like a producer or like a random weekend host is the only one that really pays attention to what's going on and puts something like that out there. And then everybody, oh, he's on the shows. Let's get John on the show. He knows what he's talking about. And next thing you know, he's on the big show.
Right.
And it's just a snowball into this huge conversation of something about how Mickey Moniak is going to be the next, like you said, Willie Mays, right? Because somebody who does a weekend show, the only guy that, and give him credit, the only person that's paying attention to the Phillies on the entire station comes out and is high on Moniak, and next thing you know, it's like, oh, let's get him on the big show.
Yeah.
And it's
Adam Hazley was
he's another one.
The number one draft pick for the Phillies the year after Moniak went number one overall.
He's another one.
Yeah, he's another guy. Let's see what we got.
91 LSX. We're not going to talk about Dom.
Alec Boehm.
Dom was
it.
Boehm was 2018.
Yep.
Wow.
Now, I got something for you tonight. You want to know this?
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm going hard on this 3-game 7-point teaser.
Oh, boy.
That's for the second hour, man.
Well, it is about to be the second hour. What, you want to talk about Alex Boehm?
The second hour, is that the witching hour?
Yeah, seriously.
Witching hour, yeah.
We're doing more Alex Boehm talk. Let me know, and I'll update my.
No, we got to get to the Flyers in the hour number 2. They got a big win last night, 3-0.
Did they?
Yeah.
Apparently, they're undefeated, right, when they score first, or they've only lost one when they score first?
I'm not sure, but they beat the Coyotes last night. Giroux lit the lamp again. I think he's got 5 goals.
All right. Wake me up. I'll be like the majority of people in the city. Wake me up in January. All right. Now, here's what I got for you. All right. The Chiefs down to 1. You think they can cover a 1-point spread? They're not good covering spreads at home against bad teams. I get it, but it's different when you're going again, like he's a couple of days of practice. Come on. This is an offense that has been geared around Aaron Rodgers. Like the same thing, the conversation about, well, just plug in, was it Jeremy McNichols, right? Just plug in Jeremy McNichols and nothing will change in Tennessee. I'll beg to differ.
Yeah.
Right? You're taking...
They got all day now, though.
Well, yeah, they've got Peterson, but that's different, right? Like if the equivalent of all day was the quarterback for the Packers, then I'd feel better about Green Bay covering that spread.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right. But, we have you say what you want to say about A-Rod. A-Rod's selfish. Says, no, I don't want the kid to play any.
Doesn't. No. He would they'd be up by like 20. He'd purposely throw the ball away to ensure that they would get the ball back, not up by like 28, so that there'd be no reason to take him out. Remember that happened a couple of times last year.
I'm just not going to let this kid play at all. Play him if you want to. Play him if you want to.
I dare you to go over to the floor. Like, I say that again. Tell me I'm coming out again. All right, here we go. Real quick before we break. Cowboys from 9 down to 2 at home against Denver. Chiefs down to 1 at home against Green Bay and Jordan Love. Not Jordan the Love. What is it? Jordan the Love Sponge?
Yeah, Jordan the Love Sponge.
Right? Is that his nickname out there?
Yeah, the Sponge.
And then the Colts tonight down to 3.5.
Colts tomorrow.
Oh, geez.
Yes, tomorrow.
Thank you, Barrett.
Yeah.
Colts
so that's your 7-point teaser.
3 picks, 7 point. You get it at plus 130.
That's pretty good. I like all of those, actually.
Yeah, I really like the Colts down there against the Jets. I just don't know what to make of the Chiefs, but I know this. Their record against the spread at home is brutal at the close. That's the closing gate. That's not you teasing them down.
Right.
Oh, did you see that breaking news? Breaking news.
No.
Packers QB Aaron Rodgers is unvaccinated.
Oh.
Per me and Mike Galafaro. That's why he's out for Sunday.
Who's
that's
you?
No. That's
Schefter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Schefter or Rappaport?
No, I'm sorry. It is Rappaport.
Yeah, because the NFL Network was NFL.com was the first people that reported it.
Right.
I didn't know he wasn't vaccinated.
Well, look, I don't know. Who knows? But again, I don't know how long he needs to be out as a mandate, right?
Yeah.
Like if he shows if the virus is out, there's nothing that says, oh, you're vaccinated, therefore the virus is going to be in your body X amount of time, or you're unvaccinated, therefore the virus is going to be in your body X amount of time, right? So if he's taking, or if he's just better in a couple of days and takes a test and he goes 2 days in a row with a negative test, he could easily be back next week.
Right.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Next week,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Who do they have next week?
But there's a mandate in the NFL, I believe, that if you do test, like if you yourself test positive, you need to be out a certain amount. So this is not like a medical. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. And look, I can tell you stories, AJ, I get it. Like I can tell you stories of people who haven't, right, for 10 days, if not. So that's why so much of this is under the actual protocol of what the NFL and the CBA has been established with the player union. That's all.
Green Bay hosts Seattle next week. Same time as the Eagles play Denver.
Damn it, man.
I know, man.
What's that look ahead line?
Green Bay 5. Denver is 1.5.
Wait a second. What did you say?
Denver look ahead against the Eagles next week.
Oh, no. I want the Green Bay game.
I told you 5.
5.
Yeah.
Is that still, what day of the week is that? The 14th, right?
You say the Eagles are favored?
No, they're getting 1.5.
Okay.
I don't have it on the board here. Where do you see the look ahead line for the Packers? What book?
DK.
Yeah, I'm on here.
I'm looking right at it.
What time is the game?
It's a 4:25er.
Okay, maybe they can put it on the board.
What's the line for the Patriots Carolina game this week?
Patriots Carolina is Patriots -3.5 on the road.
When's the last time you refreshed your screen? Because I just refreshed it and it's not on there. I wonder if they took it down.
What are you talking about? The look ahead game?
Yeah.
I have it on Vegas Insider.
Oh, VI. Okay.
The DraftKings column.
Yeah, but DK it's down on DK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're on VI. I got killed on my VI Toledo prediction last night.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, not good. Not good.
Hey, you can't win them all.
I'm doing better in the NBA.
Yeah, so can he play? He's just got designated off of IR. So that means he can't play if they take him off IR now, right?
Yep.
Right.
So he's playing this week.
But no, wait a second. Are you sure he's not? He hasn't been clear. He's been cleared to return to practice, right?
No, it says Panthers designated RB Christian McCaffrey to return from IR, per Adam Schefter. That makes a huge difference in what the line is going to be now.
Yeah, but I don't think that he's been cleared to play though, right? Isn't this the same thing as?
Once you're off, once you're designated off of it, you can play.
He can play, yeah.
He can only be on it for so long. Wasn't he on short-term IR?
Yeah, for 3 weeks.
Right. So isn't this like the old baseball DL where it's like you either have to go and to like long-term IR or be brought back?
Right. So he's ready to play now.
Right. Well, if he's brought back from IR though and can't play, they'd have to.
He may not
deactivate. He'd be
That's
deactivated.
my point, Barrett.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not arguing. I don't know. I think there's still some room for him to be brought back from the short-term IR and be down on Sunday because he can't be on the IR anymore?
Hoping to play this week.
Hoping to play. Okay. But you're right. Like the fact that he's off the IR, boy, they're 3.5 at home. They're getting 3.5 at home.
Yeah.
Do you just bet it in the hopes that he's playing?
Mm-hmm. Bet it and forget it.
No, I'm not going to forget. I'm going to tell you something right now. I ain't forgetting that. I'm going to be sitting at my screen here at this desk watching that game intently at 1:00. Like, what the hell are you doing? Here's another thing, too. Who's the quarterback? Huh?
For the Panthers?
PJ Walker?
No, it's
Sam Darnold.
Well, yeah, Darnold had the concussion.
He hasn't finished his last 2 starts. Darnold.
Yeah. But he got hit hard last week, and then his head hit the turf. It looked pretty bad. You could tell he was dazed. So, I mean, maybe he doesn't make it through the protocol. Concussion.
Well,
you got PJ handing off to Christian McCaffrey 30
right.
times.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
What is
just hand it off?
You got a break. What was that?
That he's going to play.
We don't know if he's going to play because he had a concussion. So
that's what I'm saying. So if you bet right now Carolina at +3.5, there's a pretty good chance, or there's a non-zero at the very least, but there's a chance that the Panthers go out there with PJ Walker and Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
Which ain't now. I'll take PJ Walker and Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
But I don't like 3.5 with Walker and Hubbard. Right?
No.
It is what it is. All right, we're back.
What it is what it is.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass, free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
As a hard-working American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, "We got this." In Philadelphia, we celebrated the miracle with pride only 5 years ago. And then the following morning, IBEW Local 98 members went back to work, building this city, rescuing our communities from decay, and inspiring the young men and women of the region to take pride in who we are. Like the Cats, Local 98 members believe in hope. John Doherty, business manager of Local 98, says it this way: the best way not to forget where you come from is to never leave.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Yeah, another way to look at it might be to tease up the Packers.
Tease them up to what, 14?
15?
Wow. Well, yeah, I mean, when's the last time Kansas City has blown anybody out?
At home, I don't think in a long time. You know, I still don't know how the Rams are only at 7.5. They haven't moved. It was at 7. Derrick Henry goes down. He's out, and it's only moved to half a point.
That's pretty incredible.
I have no idea how that's.
Can Von Miller play?
Well, even more reason why the Rams should be getting more money and move it. If he can play, if he can't play, is that going to? I mean, think about it. You don't have Derrick Henry, and then if you don't have Von Miller on the other side, that shouldn't even it out, right?
Yeah.
Some of these lines make no sense. I'm telling you, a lot of stuff doesn't make any sense. For example, Bengals are only Bengals are an under 3-point favorite because they lost to the Jets against Cleveland, who slugged it out in a brutal game against the Steelers.
Right.
Did you see what Odell Beckham Pops put out there?
Has he had enough?
Well, he's blaming it on Baker Mayfield, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't everybody?
Yeah.
Well, he put up the last 4 games and how many times Odell Beckham was open.
Oh, so he's going back and looking at the all 22 and determining that Odell was open and Baker didn't see him. Or is this a race thing? Is Baker Mayfield not throwing to him? Is this I don't
think it has anything to do with Ray. I think it has everything to do with he thinks that Baker Mayfield sucks and he has a vendetta against his son.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, he does he?
Yeah. Well, he's also only 6 foot tall. Maybe he can't see that well either down the middle of the field.
Right, but
he
shows plays. He shows all the plays where he's open, and sometimes Baker will look at him and turn the other way.
Is that right?
It's great, man.
You see him, he's like 4 games, and each game has like maybe 5 to 10 targets.
Really?
That show it. Yeah. I mean, as far as circling him and everything else, circle the both of them.
Wow.
Where is he doing this film breakdown? On Baldy's Instagram?
Yeah. Well, it's a Baldy breakdown. Look, Brian Baldinger's got to take a night off every now and again, Harry.
What's Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad's name? Maybe we can do.
Right. Let me see if I can send it to you guys.
Some tape.
It's on IG, but I'm gonna send it to you both. All right?
Oh, it's on Instagram.
It's on Instagram. I'm gonna show.
Why don't you see if he'll come on the show?
I don't know him. I'm just saying. Somebody send it to me.
Oh, I thought you guys follow each other.
No.
You're all IG'd out.
Totally crossed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how you have Stazak now on this text chain, and now now you got him asking all kinds of questions about stuff that doesn't even exist.
He has no idea. It's amazing. I love Joe. There really isn't anything. Now the Ravens off this week, by the way.
Yes, but the Ravens are off, and I think the Raiders.
Boy, the Ravens are at 6.5 Thursday. Short week against Miami. If Miami loses,
no, that was last week. Wait, what am I saying here?
Right. I don't think the Ravens are playing this week, right? Oh no, they are.
No, they are.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. They're 6-point favorites, I think.
Yeah, come on, Barrett.
Yeah, Detroit, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Washington are on the bye.
Now, are you in on this game here?
What, Minnesota, Baltimore?
Yeah. Some value on the board for the Ravens. Get them below. Yeah, get them below 6. That was a pitiful performance by Minnesota at home.
Yeah, that was terrible
against Dallas. Second team quarterback.
But Baltimore is really on something right now.
Is it 5.5?
No, it's at 6.
Okay.
I'm going to drop it to 5 at -125. I like that number better, and I don't mind the juice at that point. It's what you don't get. You don't get enough people talking about that. Why sacrifice 20 cents for a full point? The difference between 5 and 6, where you're now under that quasi key 6, is at -125. That's you'll find that for a normal bet.
Yeah, that's like 10 more cents.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm sacrificing 20 cents for a full point
Mm-hmm.
at home where
And
we
it's a key point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. See,
Yeah.
Harry talks about that stuff on his show.
Yeah.
We it's not enough of that stuff.
I'm reading what you're writing. But we should get somebody on now to talk a little NFL, talk a little Eagles.
Oh,
Eagles are betting.
Who can we reach out to?
From what standpoint?
Like local.
Somebody who covers the team?
No.
How about Tom McMullen?
Yeah, how about him?
What's he doing?
We haven't had him on in how many months?
6, 7.
I think he's actually just blowing us off.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think he realizes, like, hey, if they're not going to call, then what am I? I'm not going to reach out.
He's not going to offer himself up anymore.
No, not at all. What are you talking about? You're talking about, like, former player, some like who can BS like Mark, like Mighty Mouse, who refuses to get back to me about
no, because he's not getting back to you. So that would be acrimonious. I don't know. I thought Sealski wrote a pretty good column.
Yeah, Sealski's great. You want to reach out to Mike?
Yeah.
See if he can come on today.
Yeah.
Mike's great. We love Mike.
Wait, no, why don't I have his phone number?
Oh, I hate to do it to you, Harry. Do you need it? Hey, Harry. Why don't you get Harry from Tampa on?
Henry. Wasn't it Henry from Tampa?
It was Henry. I stand corrected.
Yeah. Oh, no, I do have his number.
Okay, there you go. Reach out to him. Why the hell not? Now, we also have, in case you missed it, I just want to make sure that I got this up here, the right storyline, because I don't want to misrepresent what's going on here. Everybody was focused on the baseball game last night.
Well, I don't know about everybody.
Well, I guess you're right. Eric Wilson waived by the Eagles.
Henry Ruggs.
There was a Tasty Cake recall.
What?
What kind?
The cupcakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is big news around
cream-filled cupcakes.
Correct.
Oh,
what happened?
Big news. Tasty Cake cupcake recall. All right. What do you want? This is on your site, NBC Philadelphia.
Bro, I don't even look at my emails, let alone.
A voluntary recall by Flower Foods Incorporated includes several of the iconic Philadelphia brand Tasty Cakes cupcake flavors. It's due to the potential presence of tiny fragments of metal mesh wire.
Ooh.
Customers shouldn't eat the cupcakes, can either dispose of the products or return the cupcakes for a refund. Everybody loves a Tasty Cake until there's a piece of metal.
Right.
Just keep your metal in your American cheese, will you? Where it belongs. Or is that aluminum, right?
Aluminum.
I think it was aluminum.
Yeah, it's aluminum, right. Just letting you know out there, because I know you're all, when are they going to talk about football? Well, I don't want you biting into a chocolate cream cupcake as you're listening and watching us talk about football and not be prepared. That's all.
Right.
That's
Get a little metal in your mouth.
Seriously. Now, the Eagles did make a trade yesterday. Shame on you for not bringing up Kerry Vincent Jr.
Oh, yeah, with Denver, right?
Yeah, what happened there?
Yeah,
6th-round draft choice.
How many cornerbacks do they have?
Right.
Ton of cornerbacks.
They're back to throwing like every single cornerback they have against to the wall and seeing what sticks outside of Darius Slay, I think. Even Nelson, I'm not sure if they're sure on.
Yeah.
Bro, he's playing pretty well, man.
Nelson?
As a whole.
Yeah. I agree with you, Barrett, but I don't know. I don't know if they wouldn't look to upgrade him if they could.
Well,
like Slay's locked in.
They don't want to pay him next year. That's probably what it is.
That's it. That's exact. No. That's exactly it.
Right. Because they got to pay either Vontae, Maddox,
right,
or they're gonna pay him. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are coming up this next with the next 2 years, but all these contracts that they've restructured are starting to come around. So
that's true.
Who do you pick?
I think at this point they're going to do one of those rework with Nelson, spread the love out, and make them difficult to trade, like we're talking about some of these guys this year. Like that's a move, get ahead of it ahead of time, right?
Dude, at the end of the day, they weren't going to be able to trade Fletcher.
No.
I mean, over $30 million in dead money.
Yeah.
How about McManus, though, coming out? Like, again, somebody in that building is talking to McManus about how they were actively trying to trade Fletcher Cox.
Well, I don't know if they said they were actively trying to
Read
trade.
the report.
They say they were fielding phone calls for Fletcher Cox. That's
entertaining phone calls.
I mean, if a team calls you and said, a GM says, "Hey, Eytan, what will it take for us to get Fletcher Cox?" That's not you actively trying to trade him. That's you're doing your job by fielding phone calls.
Right.
Yeah, but there's also the element of if I'm getting hit with a call, like if I'm getting hit with a call about my car's warranty, I'm not coming to you guys and saying, "Hey, I just got a call about." But if I got a call that says, "Hey, we want you on QVC," that's a call worth talking about. That's a call worth broadcasting. So I get what you're saying, Harry, but at the same time, they're still offering up to reporters.
I don't know that I don't know that they're offering that up. That could be the agent, for some other other player, saying, "Hey, I heard that they're getting a lot of calls for Fletcher Cox over in Philly, man." I mean, this comes about.
You guys are taking a pretty big leap of faith with this one, no? Tim McManus is like as tied in as it gets. You don't think he goes back to the front office and says, "Hey, I got 6 guys telling me that they've been calling left and right for Fletcher Cox. Any comment?"
Right.
And they say no.
No,
and
they don't deny it.
Right. That's all I'm saying. Like Barrett, I mean, again, I don't know if this ever was the case here with you specifically, but maybe somebody you played with and all. I get that he comes out with the Philly forever and the all caps and the exclamation points and all, but they were maybe not picking the phone up, but they sure as hell weren't saying, "I don't know this number," and hanging up.
Right. But it's the nature of the beast. All these players know, all these players understand it. Every time a player, you think about it. 5 minutes after they sign you, the ink's not even dry yet. They're trying to replace you with somebody younger, faster, stronger, and cheaper.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. They know this. Players know this. There's no allegiance. It's not like it was, back in the day where they didn't have free agency. Well, not real free agency. All they would do is just put you on IR and set you over in a corner until they could develop you. They used to be able to do that. That's why guys will come up, "Man, damn, he's good. What year is he? Is he a rookie?" No, he's been
here at 3 years.
3 or 4 years in the organization. They just kept hiding them out.
That's what the Niners and Redskins used to do back in the 80s.
Especially with the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Once one guy goes down, one comes out exactly the same as what you saw before. So they can't do that now. So it's not a lot of loyalty in these locker rooms. So they don't see it as a slap in the face. They see it, all right, then, well, you going to try to trade me? Well, I'm going to make my trade value go up. So if I do hit free agency, my value is going to be up. So you're going to see a whole different new Fletcher Cox coming up here these next couple games. Well, for the remainder of the season. Because if he's a free agent next year, he wants to make sure that his worth is well above what the Eagles can afford.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. It makes sense. But still, like what? I don't know. That's crazy to think about them just letting him walk at this point. Right?
Well, it would be, but I mean, it's the nature of the beast. They're not going to be able to. Well, they can't afford him because the cap number is going to go up this season because, there's more revenue. The revenue sharing goes up because there were people in the stands this year. COVID didn't, take away that aspect of what these owners are making. So the cap's going to go up tremendously. So at this point, they'll be able to afford going into this year a lot more than they were before. Now, do you sign back Fletcher for the same money that he was making? I don't know so much. Production isn't there.
No. Why would he come back in his mind for the same money, though?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And that's the biggest thing. Why would he want to go back and sign back to a team that tried to trade him, number one? But number two, I don't really necessarily like the defense that they're running. Why didn't he go to a team that wants to jump up the field and play football the way it's supposed to be played, violently? What if he goes somewhere like Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
And Brady's still there. I mean, those are factors. That's going to factor in his decision also.
I saw some NFL reporter, some verified guy yesterday afternoon, right around 4:00. I'm out with this. I'm hearing something coming from the Bills. It could be a big trade, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, ooh, maybe that's the Fletcher Cox thing, right? And then he comes out with this thing. It didn't end up happening, but apparently there was some rumblings that Mitchell Trubisky may have been traded to the Washington football team.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, what? What are they doing down there? They're doing the same stuff that they did before Ron Rivera.
Right.
So everybody
right.
thought that when Ron Rivera got there, things were going to start to, make sense. They're not. Like Tua
That's a perfect Snyder move right there.
Yeah,
like,
it really
damn it,
is.
Ron, I said trade for the kid.
Mitchell Trubisky. My
So
goodness.
Bogish is good a week from today.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's going to come in a week from today and have some fun with us.
Well, no, wait. A week from today, you and I aren't here.
Oh, yeah, shit. Neither is Barrett.
I'm glad we can work this out.
Right.
See if we can come
We'll
on that
do,
Thursday.
yeah.
See if we can do it Thursday.
Okay, we're good.
I got nothing back from Sealski yet.
No, nothing? Okay,
No.
that's fine. Well, let's see. Tell him we'll pump the column.
That's what I said. I said
Okay,
we were
good.
referencing your column.
There you go. Now, you also have a couple of smaller deals. We talked about that yesterday. And the bigger thing, of course, was where nothing happened, especially from the quarterback standpoint. But I don't know what happens at the end of the season if what happens at the end of the year with Deshaun Watson if no decision comes down. By the way, Middleton's out with COVID too, just so you know.
Middleton.
I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, on the Bucks.
Oh, okay. No.
I believe the Bucks have a game tonight. Do they not? So that's something to think about. No, they played last night. I got screwed over because Giannis only had 20 because Cade Cunningham couldn't hit a freaking shot. Oh my God. What a terrible, terrible night for that rookie.
I'm about to say they had a back-to-back?
No, they're off tonight. They played last night. That's why it was in my brain. They played last night, and there was a prop for Giannis that should have gone over if Cade Cunningham shot like 10% from the floor and put up like every shot for Detroit. So Detroit got crushed. Yeah, on delay pardon me for the mispronunciation. See that? Back-to-back bad games, 0 for 14 from 3. Cade Cunningham has been brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
So I was going to ask, how did he play against the Sixers last week? Because I didn't watch that game, Detroit, against the Sixers.
I don't think he played in that game.
Oh, he didn't?
When was that game?
Like a week ago.
No. This is just recent that he's been back with the team. Yeah, he missed that game, I believe. Michael Thomas out for the year. Do you know that?
Nope.
No?
I saw something where Phillip Rivers may be entertaining the idea of coming back for the Saints.
I would too.
Yeah. He has not been contacted, but he might be interested if they do. Wouldn't that be something?
Did he have his agent reach out and say
Probably.
something?
Yeah, Cade Cunningham's only played in 2 games.
That's what I'm saying. Back-to-back 2 for him have been brutal.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though, with Phillip Rivers. I don't think they're going to make, clearly they didn't make a trade. I don't think they're going to make a move. I think, honestly, they're okay with Simeon, and then whenever that brutal guy comes back.
Hill?
Yeah.
Taysom Hill? Yeah.
Not having Michael Thomas, though, coming back at all this year he was supposed to be back.
Right. He was, but I think he got the surgery late or something like that.
Yeah, and they were ticked off with him.
Right. They were we're almost ready to cut him.
Well, that's the thing. He had a setback, apparently. And that's why he's out for the rest of the year.
Wow.
This is new, the setback. Right?
Unbelievable.
So if Rivers goes to New Orleans, you give them a shot to beat Tampa?
I don't know.
They already beat Tampa with Trevor Simeon.
Yeah, I know, but it says Phillip Rivers won't shut the door, is the quote, on the Saints if they call.
What does that mean, Barrett? More money?
No, that means if they call him, he's going. Yeah, if you call him, he's going. That's what it is. He'll go work out for him. I mean, I'm sure he stayed in shape. I'm sure he's ready to play.
Isn't
You
he
know?
better than Look, he had a pretty good year last year. It wasn't terrible.
Bro, he can still play.
You
can still
can't
play.
shut the door on anything, is the quote.
Right.
Although I still stick by it, it's super, super slim chance. It takes a team to want you, first of all.
Right.
It's got to be the right situation for our family.
We'll see. That's
Our family.
He's definitely a family man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's got no choice. He's got 50 people in his immediate family.
And hence, that might be why he wants to go back to work.
He's got more people in his family than an Iverson entourage.
Right,
All right? Like, you're bringing half of that state over if
Right.
you're moving to New Orleans. All right? You're bringing a village. It's his own commune.
Right.
Hey, fellas, let me take a little break. I got to jet out for a second. All right, I'll be back in when we come back from the break.
All right, should we break now?
No, wait till go to break, and then I'll come back right about then. I need about 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't know if you wanted us to break now.
Something must be going on with the car.
No, it's not the car this time.
Oh, no.
Is it breaking news with the Eagles?
No.
No, it's not NBC.
Did you have Taco Bell for the first time in 6 years?
I saw your text about that yesterday, and it was a little disturbing.
What was I doing, though?
I don't know. Why?
Blacked out off these pills. Next thing you know, I got to be honest, man.
Wow.
I didn't make it a half hour.
Really?
Yeah.
It was that bad?
You know what it was, too? It was like, do you remember when you were a kid and you got punched in the stomach? And you never, you don't feel well for you're fine. Like the pain goes away, but that sense of uneasiness is just there.
Like a queasiness.
Yeah, it's just it just overtakes your body. I had to sit down. I don't even mean sit down where you think I mean sit down.
Right.
Like I just had to sit down. I had to gather myself.
Yeah.
It was a rough outing.
I had McDonald's yesterday for the first time in a long time.
How was that?
It wasn't what I thought it would be. The quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh, that's a staple,
which is the staple item for me too over there.
Too.
I've noticed they're smaller.
Really?
Than they used to be.
Really?
Yes. The burger itself is smaller.
Isn't it still a quarter pound?
Well, it doesn't look the same. Either that or maybe they made the bun a little bigger. I don't know. But the onions were still really good and the pickles. You know how much it was for the meal with a fries and a medium Diet Coke? It's like $8.50.
Oh yeah, I was gonna guess like $8 or $9.
The last time I got one of these was like in the $6 range. Now it's $8 something.
And they used to have it like an even number, you get 3 meals, you get them for $5 or something like that.
Right.
Now it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely. I'll pop over there because they're across from a Dunkin' by me. And in the mornings, the Dunkin's line is like around the block, and nobody's online. At
McDonald's breakfast kicks Dunkin's ass.
Amazing.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I love it. And here's the thing too, that I don't even eat the biscuit around it, but I'll get the chicken biscuit or whatever the hell they call it, the chicken McBiscuit, whatever.
Yeah.
McChicken, I guess.
I get the sausage McMuffin with egg.
Oh, you go full egg sandwich here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Hash brown, the whole deal.
There's something about it where if you take a long time off and you try and reintroduce it to your body, it rejects it. Not in the typical sense of I got to run to the bathroom, but it's just your body is telling you that something's not right.
It's it's detecting a foreign substance.
Seriously.
Right.
What are we doing here? What are we doing, Harry?
Now, Kevin Bloomfield points out that you always need big buns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair
I
point.
agree.
Yeah.
Big buns are definitely a crowd favorite, I think. Yeah, you don't mess with that fillet of fish, right?
No.
You're out.
I'm out on the fillet of fish.
What was the worst fish sandwich in the history of fast food? Now, and I don't look. Take what's it called out the Long John. I'm not talking about
John Silver's.
Yeah, I'm not talking about a fish place. But was it the BK Fish, the Burger King fish sandwich?
I had one at McDonald's once, and I wasn't a fan.
A fillet of fish?
Yeah, a long time ago.
How did you even get that whole thing down?
Nah, I don't know if I did.
Seriously, right?
Yeah.
You're taking your third bite and it's already up.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a quick break. I'm telling you, there's something to it, man. You take, here we go. Andres A. Too hot and spicy, light lettuce, extra lettuce with no chicken patties, And the manager said, "This is the third time today." Now, is that the third time that he ordered it?
I don't know.
Because maybe the manager was doing you a favor.
And Bruder is saying the BK breakfast is is fire.
I tell you, I haven't had BK breakfast in God knows how long, so I can't comment to that. I do remember that they were going heavy in a good way on the croissant.
Doesn't Wendy's make a breakfast now too?
So I was coming back from 29 last week, and there's a Wendy's on Red Line that is on my way back to this area.
Yeah.
And I stopped to get some coffee because I needed some coffee for the rest
always
of the day.
stop for coffee.
Always stop for coffee. And I was like, you know what? Let me try one of these. Harry was really good.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not a fast food breakfast guy. Duncan, I may dabble in there. And I mentioned the whole stop at McDonald's once in a while. But yeah, I was really impressed with the Wendy's. Oh, the Wendy's. Not like Baldinger's.
No.
Right?
Not Meat Locker Thursday.
Jeez. They're bringing that back.
Are they?
No. All right.
No.
We're back in 3. It's the middle.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
As a hard-working American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, "We got this." In Philadelphia, we celebrated the miracle with pride only 5 years ago. And then the following morning, IBEW Local 98 members went back to work, building this city, rescuing our communities from decay, and inspiring the young men and women of the region to take pride in who we are. Like the Cats, Local 98 members believe in hope. John Doherty, business manager of Local 98, says it this way: the best way not to forget where you come from is to never leave.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resorts. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
All right, all set here?
Mike Sealski responded. He asked what time, and I said, how about 12:45? So I sent him the link. We'll see.
See if he can come on now.
He said he'll be ready in 11 minutes. Talk to you then.
Okay.
So we'll get him on for the last part of the show.
That's fine. We got full 15 minutes.
Now, how's Barrett? How was your emergency?
I took care of it, man.
Now, we were trying to figure out, what was the fast food that you ate for the first time and how long that caused you to run out like that?
No, it wasn't that, man. It was the heat, man. I had to turn the heater on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I had to
cold.
last night, too.
Yeah, it was
First
cold.
time.
And I got like 5 text messages. It's really, really cold. It's really, really. I'm like, you can't wait 30 more minutes. No, we can't wait.
No, we can't.
Wow.
Now you're outnumbered in the household, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Eytan went to Taco Bell yesterday afternoon, and it
I saw
was a mistake.
First time in at least 6 years. At least.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It'll be another 6 years till you go back.
I'll never.
What made you do that?
Drugs.
That's my dog. That's my dog. When keeping it real goes
Oh
bad.
my God.
if you want the honest answer, yeah. Sitting there like, God, I've never been this hungry before in my life. And
My mom said, what was up with Eytan today? I said, Ma,
Yeah.
Today
he takes
or
his
yesterday?
cap yesterday.
yeah.
That was an all-timer.
Oh man, you never know. You never know. Here they are. Boy, these things, man.
Oh,
So
is that the bottle?
Yeah, it's the bottle.
Yeah.
It's the Rattler. Not Spencer Rattler, huh?
look, I was about to say, why don't you send me one of those? But hey, then that'd be
No.
traffic going across state lines.
No.
You can get them. Isn't there a what's it called? Isn't there a dispensary? There's got to be one by you.
Bro, I don't do that, man. I can barely stick with being who I am, let alone being influenced in the wrong way. That's why I can't drink and be on radio or drink or be on TV.
Well, I could do that.
Well, drink.
I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
You do what you're most comfortable with. Like nobody's
Right.
saying that you should drop a tab of acid and then go out there and call a game.
That would be interesting, though. I tell you, that would make the fourth quarter of that Villanova Delaware game must see TV.
Bro,
now we're gonna bring this up with Bogish next week. Be like, hey, just so you know, Barrett might be on some mushroom.
Yeah, Barrett tends to drop certain things in certain games.
Well, hey, look at this though. Look at us. Then I'd understand what the flowers were talking. When he was talking about flowers and roots, and I know about it. Then you know what I'm saying. I can relate to him then.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're telling me? That it's like one of these old movies where you just need to be drunk or stoned or whatever it is to really get it?
Well, I don't understand.
You need to be lit up in order to get a Sirianni press conference.
That might be the best way to watch it, right? Then you might understand the parallels he's trying to, put with football and horticulture.
Yeah.
Now, what is one of those movies, Eytan?
It's only good when you're.
Yeah.
What's
the go-to?
Blazing Saddles.
No, I think Blazing
you can
Saddles.
be sober.
Here's the thing. There needs to be some sort of definition here because a movie like Blazing Saddles is clearly 10 times better when you're lit up, but it's also an all-timer.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, what about Talladega Nights? That'd be a perfect movie to watch. Stream, get with me now.
Yeah.
Tell my tech. That just happened. Shake and bake. Shake and bake.
I think that would ruin my high, to be honest.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that'd be a great one to watch, man.
Eytan's out on Will Ferrell, I think.
No, look, I'm not out like you shouldn't be watching to do, each to each their own. Yeah. You know what? Up in smoke part of me. I think
the Cheech and Chong. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's their best one by a mile. The first 30 minutes of that movie is inexplicably like just some of the funniest stuff you'll ever see in a movie.
Right. Look, they say if I did it, I'd be searching for Bigfoot and stuff.
Yeah, you would be.
Right.
Barrett would just imagine him doing Eagles post game with Ray Didinger sitting there. Barrett would just get up and start walking around the studio.
Barrett. Seth would look up, not even stop talking, just keep going. Like you couldn't even move, Seth.
Right.
I'd be talking about, hey man, did you see the new Dr. Chris? Did you see that new commercial?
Wow. Yeah. Man.
Oh, that'd be amazing though, man.
Yeah.
It would be.
Amazing.
See, that's the thing. Now we're onto something. It's not you doing anything like this and going out like just to seriously, like you would sit there and find the most ridiculous thing on television and treat that like any of these movies we'd be talking about. Like you could probably watch a behind the scenes of the F1 show, behind the scenes of the F1. and be like, damn, I didn't even know they did that. Oh man, wow.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I need to I need to do it like in a totally different situation where I'm just sitting down at home and just can't get into anything.
Right.
I'd have to be that way. I couldn't be doing something in like TV or anything like that. I'd be on America's Funniest Home Videos if I did it.
That's what I mean, though. It would be what you're watching more so. That's all.
That would be great.
Right?
Yeah.
I think you're onto something, man.
Just go down and just attack the entire refrigerator. Just be cooking stuff just to cook it. Knowing me, I would probably get on the road, drive all the way up an hour away, go get me some White Castles.
Yeah.
That might be me. Just get me a 20-pack and just sit up there.
A 20-pack. My goodness. Wow.
And just sit there.
You could eat all that?
Yeah,
A
seriously.
20-pack? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sliders? Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man. That's
What's
a lot
the
of bread.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. What's the most, looking at it now, what's the most amount you can buy in a single sack?
It's a 20-pack. It's a box, suitcase.
Is that the biggest? Is that the most 20?
Yeah. I mean, you could buy it extras, but the most you can get, as far as an order, is the 20-pack.
Okay. Tango and Cash?
Does it help that movie?
I'm telling you, yeah, it does.
It does.
All these old movies, absolutely, yeah. Like you go back, you eat whatever it is. Yeah, you've dabbled in an edible here or there, huh? Right? So
Right, Dixon. Crave case. This is called a crave
case is 20.
Yes.
Oh, that's a White Castle thing, Crave
Yes.
case.
That's what I'm
Crave
saying.
case.
Like to what extent, how much do you have to? How much can you order before you have to order something else? Like I know you could order 100 sliders there technically, but I mean all in one, and it's a Crave case.
Yeah, crave case.
Okay.
That's the biggest order you can get without adding extra.
What's amazing is that you're eating this sober.
Right. The most I've ever eaten at one time was 13.
13 sliders?
Yeah, 13 sliders. That's the most
Those
I've ever
are
eaten.
small. That doesn't seem like a
A
lot.
lot of bread though.
Yeah, it is a lot of
A
bread.
lot of bun, man.
And you have to add French fries with it too. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
Wow.
yeah. You add French fries
And
to
the
it, too.
diet soda, of course, right?
Diet Pepsi. They don't have Coke. It's diet.
Oh, they don't have Pepsi. They don't have Coke.
No, it's
Oh,
diet.
I'm
Pepsi.
out. Yeah, I'm not.
Why didn't you go
I'm not a
bottled water?
Pepsi man.
Wait, you don't go bottled water with that to balance it out?
No.
Are you sure about that?
And if you really want to go with it, you got to get you a strawberry soda.
Oh my
No,
goodness, I can't go.
Mike
Pepsi.
Stilsky,
There he
what's
is.
up, bro?
Yeah, seriously, the last thing Mike Sealski wants to do was walk into a conversation about the most amount of sliders you can buy in one sack. Because Barrett Brooks is a White Castle aficionado, Mike, and
Connoisseur.
has broken down all the different order types and has eaten 13 max. And all I wanted to know is if he got a little bottle of water at the end instead of a soda to kind of balance it out.
I haven't been to a White Castle since I was in college at LaSalle, and there was one at the corner of Broad and Olney, and that's been it. So I've been White Castle free since the late 90s.
Wow.
Every day, right? You take it one day at a time.
Exactly. I'm hoping over the last 24 years that my body is finally able to get all of that processed and out.
Yes.
Oh man,
Bro, I'll tell you what, when I first got drafted by the Eagles, there was one right down there by the cheerleaders, right across from cheerleaders. You know, and that's where I used to go get my White Castles.
The year I covered the Mets up in New York,
Yeah.
one of the first road trips I went on, I covered a series against the Reds, and I stayed at the courtyard, the Marriott Courtyard in Covington, Kentucky, which is literally over the bridge from the Great American Ballpark. And in the parking lot of the hotel was a White Castle. Did not hit it because I was like, I can't.
Did you go to Skyline Chili?
I did not, because Skyline Chili is the worst thing to eat in Cincinnati. White Castle is the second worst.
Okay. Well, Mike, we referenced your column yesterday and today I found it very interesting because the same thoughts, were in my head as I'm watching that game transpire on Sunday, and the Eagles running the football 46 times, and I'm like, it was the perfect recipe to win the game that way. But I just could see Jeffrey Lurie saying, "Why are they running the football? Like, this doesn't fit his vision of what the NFL is."
No, I think you're 100% right about that, Harry. It's funny. I've gotten a lot of pushback on Twitter about this column from a lot of fans who seem to think like, why wouldn't they run the ball? Don't you want them to run the ball? Don't you want to win games? Two things. First, I don't care whether the Eagles win or lose. I cover them. Grew up a fan, not a fan anymore. Try to cover them honestly and write about them honestly. Secondly, my point was not that they should or shouldn't run the football to win games. I think with the way that they're set up right now, with a young quarterback, with some depth at running back, and particularly with that offensive line, of course they should run the football more. But they don't want to do that as an organizational philosophy. They don't want to do it. And the thing that you have to keep in mind, and we can go way back into Jeffrey Lurie's history for other examples, but remember, Jalen Hurts was not supposed to be their quarterback this season. Carson Wentz was. And they were not going to be running the ball down people's throats with Carson Wentz. They were going to be throwing the ball all over the place because they paid him 4 years and $128 million, or however much he might have made, to do exactly that. So the idea that all of a sudden they're going to look around and go, oh, we beat the Lions 44-6 by running the ball down their throats, and they're going to change what their thinking is from a big picture standpoint in terms of how to run an offense, it's not going to happen.
I think the same thing, but I will say this. I do see this team sticking together a lot more, even after the flowers and horticulture and everything else. This team really is buying into what he's saying, but he still has control of the team, as opposed I thought, after that it would be over, but they still like him. They still want to fight for him, just like what Kelsey said,
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you, Barrett. I think that, to me, that's the test of this whole season for Sirianni is, do they continue to play hard for him?
Right.
Okay, that's it. You go back to 1999, Andy Reid's first season. That team played hard for him the whole year. And it was one of those rare situations where by winning the last 2 games of that season, there actually was a carryover to the following year because you knew Donovan McNabb was there. He was growing as a quarterback. You had some free agent money to spend. You signed John Runyon, and you carry that over into the following season. That to me is one of the benchmarks for this team this season. I don't expect it to make the playoffs. I didn't expect it to make the playoffs. The question is, what can we find out about Nick Sirianni? And if the guys continue to play hard for him for all 17 games, that's a check in Nick's favor.
How much of this, Mike, is something that you can discern the difference of guys truly buying in versus guys who may not be here next year and are busting their ass to show that they can play elsewhere and that they're not a problem in a locker room, et cetera?
Yeah, I mean, that's a key question, Eytan. And I think, I think you have to look at the guys who are playing hard and where are they in the pecking order? Like if Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson and Fletcher Cox are still busting their tails, that's one thing, right? That suggests that if they haven't bailed on Nick, then nobody else probably will either. And then, of course, you get to the question of the responsibility on the front office to bring in players next offseason who will fit into, who meet the, fit the culture that they want, right? They tried to do that while Wentz was here. They caught lightning in a bottle that 1 year in 2017 where they brought in Chris Long, Torrey Smith, LeGarrette Blount, guys who were hungry and wanted to win and were pros, and they win a Super Bowl. They missed on that the last few years, and now this is different. Now they're going to have to draft guys, and they're going to have to sign guys who have that kind of makeup, because eventually Kelsey ain't going to be here. Right. Fletch may not be here next year. Lane Johnson, he's 31, 32. How much longer is he going to be here? So there's going to have to be some turnover, and they're going to have to get those kind of character guys in here to make sure that sort of thing doesn't happen.
Do you think the front office has already made up their mind about the quarterback position as far as Jalen Hurts is concerned?
I don't know if they've already made up their minds. I have to think that based on what happened Sunday, assume for the sake of argument, right, Howard, that the Lions were a competent NFL team. Okay, you didn't beat the worst team in the league 44-6. You beat a decent team, I don't know, 28-14 or something like that, doing exactly what the Eagles did. I don't know that that's still necessarily a mark in Jalen's favor, right? Because Jeffrey and Howie look at this and say, if we have to play that way, then
we don't have the right quarterback.
We'll have the right quarterback. I mean, the last time the Eagles really played that way, and yeah, they've had good running games. They had LaShawn McCoy, and they had multiple running backs in depth in 2017. But they still had Carson Wentz. They still had Michael Vick or Donovan McNabb with LaShawn McCoy. Go back to 2003, okay, when they had the three-headed monster with Deuce Staley, Correll Buckhalter, and Brian Westbrook. What did they do that offseason? What happened that offseason? The NFL changed the rules to make it easier to throw the ball, and they didn't say to themselves, well, we can win with three great running backs. They went out and traded for Terrell Owens so they could throw the ball. So this is what they do. This is what they believe in. Jeffrey Lurie's been upfront about this. So even if they continue being competitive this season, running the ball like this, to me, all it suggests is, okay, well, we got to draft a quarterback then, because we can't play the way we want to play if we have to do this to accommodate Jalen Hurts.
You know, looking at you talk about the front office and looking at Howie in the next, couple of months. Do you think the organization, especially, the owner, has the trust in Howie to make the decision for those 3 first rounders, or 2 first round, 2 second rounders? Do they still have a lot of trust in them?
I think that's to be determined, Barrett. I think the way the rest of this season goes will determine that. If Devontae Smith plays well, if he gets over these drops that he's had lately, if Jalen Hurts, it's kind of I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here, but, if the Eagles play well the rest of the year or play better, playing in a style they don't want to play, that still works to Howie's benefit, I think. That okay, we'll give them another shot to make these draft picks. I mean, if they bottom out, if they lose to the Giants once or twice, if they lose to Washington, if Dallas blows their doors off again, then that's different. But I think at this point, everybody's looking at the rest of the season and saying, okay, they should win, a few games in their division, and they should beat the Jets. And so what's the record going to look like then? I mean, to me, it would be almost the worst possible outcome, though, right? Like, the whole season should be a referendum on finding out what you have in Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. That's why the last column I wrote was the idea that if you're going to bench Hurts, I could understand the logic behind it, because you have another option in Gardner Minshew, who has some NFL experience, and you would see what Sirianni does with a different quarterback, right? Like you have 2 variables there that you don't know much about, the coach and the quarterback. If you take one of those variables out and put a different variable in, take out Hurts and put in Minshew, maybe you learn more about what kind of coach Sirianni is. Maybe Minshew hits Devontae on those crossing patterns and those slants that Jalen seems to throw the ball behind him too often. So I don't know. I think all of that is yet to be determined over the next, 9 weeks.
Is there something you've seen, Mike, that from Nick Sirianni himself that gives you significant pause in even coming to a conclusion that the Eagles can come to conclusions of who he is? Is there something that you've seen from him on the field, all in game? I don't care about the T-shirts and the flower shit. That's fun to make fun of. But specifically when we're talking to you, I'm curious, from start to end, whistle to whistle, is there something that you've seen through 8 weeks now that just gives you pause that he can do this, really do this?
Yeah, that second game of the season against the 49ers, where they had 1st and goal from the 1 and couldn't get in, and a large reason for not getting in was the play calling, where it was, I'm going to show you how smart I am. I'm not going to run a quarterback sneak. I'm going to do the stereotypical West Coast offense, or however you want, play designer thing to scheme our way for 1 yard. I thought he was coming off as either too deferring too much to the guys he works for, or trying to seem like he was too smart for his own good. So that gave me pause. And I think some of the diversity in the play calling has been lacking over several weeks. Now, maybe he's a young coach and he's getting his bearings, and that'll change over time. But yeah, I've had some things on the field that have given me pause about Sirianni. Never mind the happy high school approach he seems to have. Yeah. I'm willing to give him more rope on that, guys, because you know what? I said this to somebody the other day. I'm 46. I am now old enough to be many of these players' dads. What motivates them and moves them is different from what motivates and moves me. And maybe Nick is closer to that and understands it better than I do.
Follow Mike on Twitter at Mike Sealski. And of course, you got the book coming out.
Talk about that too.
January 11th of 22, The Rise, Kobe Bryant and the Pursuit of Immortality. The Rise of KobeBook.com. How have the reviews been, Mike? You happy with what people are saying?
Yeah, the reviews have been good so far. Publishers Weekly gave it a starred review, which is great. That's kind of like a tone setter for what to expect down the road. And we've also got a podcast coming in 2 weeks.
Oh,
it's called I Am Kobe. One of the reasons I was able to do the book is that I got my hands on micro cassettes of interviews that Kobe did when he was 18 and 19 years old, while he was still a senior in high school and in his first year with the Lakers. Nobody's heard these tapes before, so they're going to be they're the backbone of this 10-part podcast, this narrative that we're doing, telling the story of his early life. So that comes out in a couple of weeks, and then the book comes out in January.
Can you give us a little bit of a teaser here? Just something to wet our beaks, Mike, about a moment, a sentence, just something that was uttered way back, because everybody, when they're a kid, says, I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to be I'm going to be the greatest. And not everybody is the greatest.
Right.
So I don't know if it was something as simple as that, or maybe it was something a little more subtle that when you hear it, you're thinking, oh my goodness, this gives me chills. This is a 17-year-old Kobe Bryant talking about something that when you actually see the story play out, that's it. It's like a Jay-Z lyric from, his first album, I'm taking over the world.
I'll give you two, Eytan. Number one, when he was in high school, he had a buddy from West Philly who didn't go to Lower Merion, but they had gotten to know each other. He and this friend would go around the playgrounds around the city, West Philly, North Philly, all over the, Ardmore, all over the place. The friend had two jobs. His job was to rebound for Kobe when Kobe shot, and his job was to yell at Kobe while Kobe shot. You go to a white school. You can't play with the city kids. You're soft. And he would scream that at Kobe while Kobe was dunking and shooting threes and working on his footwork and all that. So that's one. The idea that a 15, 16-year-old kid would have a friend of his do that at that age is kind of telling.
Yeah.
And then the second thing was, just before he started his first year with the Lakers, he and his agent at the time, Arn Tellem, were talking about players he was going to encounter in the league. And Tellem asked him about John Stockton, who was still playing for the Jazz at the time, at the top of his game, 10-time All-Star, 9-time leader in assists, all-time leader in steals, all this stuff. And Kobe said to him, yeah, I played against guys like him, Catholic League guys. That's John Stockton. That's like one of the three best point guards ever. And Kobe just reduced him to a cultural stereotype. Like, he's just another small white kid I played against, So that tells you what you need to know.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Well, that friend yelling at him while he's shooting reminds me of Tiger Woods' dad jingling the change in his pocket while he's trying to putt and stuff.
That's exactly right.
Mental training, man.
Can't the Sixers get somebody like that for Simmons? Oh, shoot the ball. You can't shoot.
He would fall totally apart there. He wouldn't know what to do.
He
with
would.
Himself,
He
wouldn't know what to do. That's the biggest problem with it. He just doesn't have the heart to really go out there and dictate life. That's what it is. You got to dictate to life what you want. Taking your ball and going home is just not what you want to do, man. You see what Kobe did. He wanted those outside influences to dictate to him so he could go and turn around and dictate to them. This is who I am. This is what I'm going to do. I don't care what you do. So whether it's Catholic school guys or your best friend yelling at you, he was going to dictate to life what he wanted to dictate.
No, you're 100%. You're 100% right about that, Barrett. And that was true of him when he was 13, 14, as true of him then as he was when he was 25, 26, 35, 36, the whole way through his life.
Mike, we got it. I'm sorry.
No, you can pre-order the book at theriseofkobebook.com.
Yes, please do. I have kids. I got mouths to feed.
Yes. And look, Mike has a ton of fantastic work that's out there, not just the column, but as a writer as well. So feel free to go back into his catalog and pick up something that maybe you've missed. On your way out, and I'm putting you on the spot here, but Barrett and I, we kind of opened the door up with Simmons here. What's the title of the post-Sixers Ben Simmons book? What's the book about with Simmons that we read from Mike Sealski 5 years from now?
Alone on the Baseline, the Ben Simmons story.
Oh, nice.
Now, there's no way you just came up with that.
Yes, I did.
I know you're a sharp guy, Steel Speed, but no way. You pulled that right out of your
It's
keister.
got to be, man. What else do you call it? You know, what else do you call it? Yeah, that's what I would go with.
We have to end on that.
Great
Again,
writer,
at
man.
Mike
Thanks for
Silky.
jumping on, Mike.
Thank you,
Appreciate
brother.
you,
Really
Mike.
great to see you.
Enjoyed it, guys. It's great to see all of you. Thanks so much.
You
Thanks,
got
bro.
it. That's Mike. We'll see you on Thursday. Have a great day.